Here we are with the head coach of your St. Cloud State University wrestling team, Steve Costanzo. Steve, January 27th, 2011, marked the last loss that you have had here at St. Cloud State in a duel against any team, and it was against Augustana. That actually wasn't the first time you lost to Augustana that year. That was one of two defeats versus a very tough crew from Augustana. Talk a little bit about the factors of why you guys fell short against the Vikings.
Well, I know they had a very good team that year, and we also had a pretty good team that year. Again, I think we were 18-2 that year, only 2 losses to Augustana, but those 2 losses, there was 6 matches that went into overtime in those 2 duels, and we lost all 6 of those overtime matches. So that was the big deciding factor. We just couldn't finish matches, and so we were having a difficult time scoring when we needed to score, and they capitalized. I thought, it's definitely hats off to those guys for coming through with 6 overtime wins, and that was the deciding factor in both of those matchups.
What was the mindset for the rest of that season, knowing that regions were coming up pretty soon from there? It was only it was less than a month away from regions, and knowing that, hey, there were 6 matches that you could have easily won and you didn't capitalize on them. What was the mindset going into that room, saying we have to capitalize on those really close ones?
I think it just speaks volumes for our team that year. We went on and we did finally defeat Augustana, but it was in the regional tournament that year, and it just came down to the mentality and mindset that our kids had on that team. I kind of remember that tournament. It was in Sioux Falls, and in their neck of the woods, in their territory, and our guys came out on top and really wrestled well, and kind of put things behind them. And that's what you got to do sometimes, just kind of put things behind you and move forward, and that's what our team did. We didn't have a lot of time to recover from that last loss against Augustana, and maybe on some of our minds it was still kind of there, but when we got into that regional tournament, it was like a new season. It was a different season. The postseason always is a new season, and regardless of what happens during the season, but our guys came through, and I was really proud of them, how they finished.
Since that Augustana duel, you've had 47 straight duel wins. That ties a Division II record. Was that planned? Did you have any mindset in you, knowing that we've lost so many close matches against a team that I know my team can beat? Something that you told those kids obviously worked, and it's worked 47 straight times. Was that the mindset, knowing that, hey, we probably are not going to lose a duel for a very long time?
I guess you never you just take it one at a time. Basically, that's what we did to get this far, and we were kind of been lucky. We've kind of been fortunate because we haven't always had our superstars out there. We've had to have a lot of guys step up, and whether they go up 2 weight classes or there's a guy, one of our superstars goes down and somebody has to step up and do the job, and so there's a lot of different variables had to happen in order to win that many matches. And like I said, maybe it's luck, but I really think it has to contribute to the guys in the room. It's definitely a team effort to win 47 matches. It's not, we've had a lot of great wrestlers through the years here, but in order to win 47 matches, that's a team thing. That's 30-some guys on your roster, 40-some guys on your roster that contribute to those wins, and that's why we're here today with that streak.
Speaking of those superstars, John Sundgren, Tad Merritt, Seamus O'Grady, Derek Scala, Lucas Munkowitz, and Jake Conkey were all those big superstars on that team that contributed to those 47 duels, and a couple of those kids are still on this team. With the one that's on the lineup now, the lone guy is senior captain Andy Picorni, and Matt Liebforth, Cullen Morrissey, those guys that have been there since then too. There's only 3 guys. I mean, the majority of those guys from that dynasty are now gone. What does that say, knowing that when you're coming in against St. John's, there are 5 new guys on this team that did not wrestle a duel last year?
Well, there's actually a lot more guys on the team still that were part of those wins, and guys like Matt Lightforth, that he's still around here. He's a redshirt junior. Josh Hawk, those are Jay Hildreth. Those are all guys that you don't, maybe you haven't heard those names through the years quite like you have with the Seamus O'Grady's and Derek Scala's and Luke Munkowitz, Tad Merritt's, but they are very much to credit for these wins as anybody else. So that's what a lot of people don't realize, that just because their names haven't been mentioned through the years doesn't mean they didn't contribute to those wins, because they did. And they're in this room, they're still in this room today, and they know what's on the line, they know what it's all about. And we really never talk about the streak. We just talk about our performance, and that's really what it's all about. I never talk about winning. I never talk about losing. I just want our guys to go out and perform to their best ability day after day, night after night. And that's the same thing that we'll focus on tomorrow and the next day after that. So that's all I really care about. We can go out and lose and still have a great performance, and you're going to feel bad about the loss, but you're not as bad if your team goes out and performs up to their capability. And we do have 5 new guys in the lineup tomorrow night that are given their opportunity, and for those guys, I just hope they go out and they take advantage of that opportunity. A lot of people don't have those type of opportunities, and I hope they go out and make the best of it and perform up to their ability.
Head coach of your St. Cloud State University wrestling team has a dual streak on the line this Thursday, Stearns County Showdown against the St. John's University Johnnies. Thanks for joining me, Coach, and best of luck.
Thanks.